Hey guys, welcome in. I'm Dr. Sedated. Welcome to the video. I've been wanting to do some more Rome 2 stuff recently, getting the itch every once in a while, right? So I figured new campaign. While I'm at it, I'll record a video, throw it up there. I have a lot of fun, walking through the steps, man. It helps me with my campaign too. For those who don't know, this is DEI, Divided Impera, which is an overhaul mod. I have a couple other mods in there as well. I'll go over those in a little bit here. But yeah, this is quite different from base game Rome 2. But if it's your first time watching, welcome in, man. Have some fun. I'll be doing some tips and tricks as I go. I have quite a few hours in DEI and a ton of hours in Rome 2 overall. So yeah, I'm pretty well versed. I think that this faction I'm playing is going to be fairly new to me. So for those of you that haven't seen, you'll be doing this with me, man. We'll be playing this at the same time. I have played some pretty extensive campaigns with Actor Patkan and Hayek here, Armenia, and then what I believe is, I don't know, I'm not even going to try. But anyways, I guess I should put a disclaimer out there now while we're here. I'm terrible at pronouncing some of these names. English is my only language, so I do, like, some of these just make no sense to me. Like yeah, just pronunciations for everything in here is going to be a little scuffed. So just let me know if you have some criticisms for me on how to pronounce some of these things. That'd be great. Just don't rake me through the coals for mispronouncing things here. I'm trying my best. And I'll try to avoid some of them. Some of them are so bad that I'd just be embarrassing myself trying to. So. But yeah, so these are really fun campaigns. I remember having a fun time with both of these two factions here. I remember getting like extremely rich. There's so many good resources down here, and because you're kind of off to one side of the map, you can make a lot of trade deals without like some of the coveting factions, wanting your land, and I just have an automatically bad relationship with you. I mean, some of these, like, I'm pretty sure Parthia specifically, I know this is a public order one, but some of them, you just tend to have pretty good relationships with outside factions, some of the bigger ones specifically, like Rome and Carthage and whatnot. So once you get connected with all those people, you just start raking in the cash. So I figured, I've done these two, and I looked through these, and I thought, well, these are hard. Let's give these ones a run. I figure they're really hard in the beginning, because this is totally, like, in the beginning is totally, like, it's a free-for-all. It's nuts in there, and it feels like every time I had played these campaigns, it kind of went a different way every time, as far as, wars went, who really came out on top. But typically it's Parthia. I think the AI gets a boost. The Parthia AI gets a boost. Then Atropatcan. But yeah, so let's go ahead and dive in here. I'll go over the mod list here. Let me tab over. It'll cut the music out for a little bit while I'm running through with what I got set up here. So like I said, I'm running DEI, and then these are all submods of DEI, other than, like, I think one of them. But so starting up from the top here, I have Diplomacy Reforged. So it's reasonable peace treaties. So basically, when a faction is getting really beat up, or they're fighting battles on multiple fronts, they'd be more willing to do peace treaties. I find that, like, one of the most annoying things about playing Rome 2 in general is that you can just beat the living crap out of somebody, and if you don't want their land, you don't want to conquer their stuff, you can't afford to expand, then you're kind of just screwed. Like, you just gotta wait and let that guy build his army up and then come at you, because he won't let you get peace with him. He just will not sue for peace under any circumstances. So that's a good one. That's the first time I'll be trying that one out, by the way. A couple of these are new, so we might sub them in and out, depending on how these all go. I also put in diplomatic options submob, so you're able to sack cities and liberate cities. There's some more diplomacy stuff in there that's kind of cool, so we'll mess around with that when we get in there. Realistic charge impacts, which is pretty self-explanatory. I think that it just, on vanilla, when you charge somebody, you just hit a brick wall and your troop just stops, which kind of sucks, especially for cavalry. When your front line of your cavalry hits, all the units behind them just immediately stop too, or most of them. So that kind of fixes that. I'm also running Mosaic map font, so you'll kind of see that. That's just a quality of life one, or not a quality of life, a graphical one. And I have a lot of the aging, advancing generals. So the generals, as they get older, their profile picture changes, little ones like that. Let's see, what else did I have on? Age of Hellenism, which is just an overhaul. If there's a bunch of little things in there, that's a good one to check out. If you're playing Divide and Pair, that's just a great one to have, specifically if you're playing as Rome or as some of the Hellenic factions. And then I have the Rome Total War music pack, which I think is running right now. So, yeah, totally. So you get some of the Rome 1 music in there, and I love this music. I used to fall asleep to this music, crazy enough. But anyways, we are going to jump in here. So DEI is actually meant to be played on hard. It's optimized for hard. You can play it on very hard and legendary. It gets chaotic and you make no progress in the early stage. It's just the AI cheating, to an extreme amount. So I keep that off. It would make it more of a challenge, but in a really artificial way. So anyways, this intro has been long enough as it is, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this campaign. And while it's loading, I'll cut out and I'll catch you guys back on the map when we're ready to run this thing. Alright, we'll see you then.
The time has come to establish a new and great empire in the east. War with Parthia is inevitable if you're to consolidate your position. However, patience is advised. They have no love for their Seleucid masters, and allowing them to rebel first will ensure that they receive no military support from their overlords when you strike. Taming the northern tribes may buy you the time you need. Alliances with other satrapies are a possibility, although you should be wary of limiting your expansion options. The decision is yours. All hail the new Parthian Empire.
Here we are. So, man, yeah, I guess first thing, let's check out the map here. I don't know why I went in there. I'm going to do this strategic map here. So, like I said, we start out on the edge of the map over here. Not necessarily the edge, but pretty far over here. So, we haven't met almost any of the big players. We haven't even met the Seleucids over here. Bactria's the big dog around here right now, I believe, in the beginning of the game. Even now, they're not all that big, but anyways. Yes, we got a couple of friends over here, and we got a couple of enemies, I believe. Let's see where is the diplomatic status. Here we go. Okay, so starting out, looks like we have an ally over here. We have a military alliance with Daha. Right? That's Daha? Yeah. Oh, a military alliance with Daha. We don't have any enemies, and it looks like everyone else is neutral with us. So yeah, we're gonna see stuff's gonna get pretty chaotic over here. For those who don't know, the Seleucids over here, the big faction occupying Syria and Mesopotamia, their client factions, their client states, all break off at the beginning of the game here. Not necessarily the first couple turns, but I think it's 4 or 5 turns in, something like that. They'll break off, and it just becomes chaotic. It's kind of randomized every time is what I've seen, as who sticks with the Seleucids and who breaks off. So that's going to change the look of things down here pretty drastic, or pretty dramatically once that happens. So let's go have a look at Nisa here. It's our only faction, or only settlement, and it is not the capital settlement. So that's probably going to be our goal. And it looks like Parthia here. I believe that's Parthia, right? Yeah. Parthia owns all of the rest of the settlements in this region. So that's probably the set goal right now. Is going to be coming after these guys. Like I said, everything gets a little complicated because satrapies. They're all satrapies. We might not even... Oh yeah, we're not a satrapy. Wait, what is going on here? Yeah, we are. Okay, so we are military allies. Okay, that was a little confusing for a second. Yeah, so they are a satrapy of the Seleucids. If we were to attack them right off the bat here, we could get ourselves into a little bit of trouble because these other factions haven't broken off yet. Even if they're planning on it, they're gonna have to call war on us. And we're a tiny faction, so they're gonna have no problem doing that. And we'll get our teeth kicked in immediately. So we gotta be a little careful how we play this. So our other option would be expanding to the north, into this guy Exvazim, taking Kath basically. They're one settlement faction as well, or it's Heravia, which gets complicated because Bactria, the Diodotoi, are over here. So I don't know. I guess we're not gonna make any decisions just yet. We'll see how everything kind of pans out. At the city here, we're gonna have to get rid of this. We don't have any way to make money. Our food's okay for now, but we will be needing food. So the question is, do we just stack a bunch of horse archers while we have that building and then get rid of it? Because we're getting horse archers from this building, right? Yeah. And the Javgav, which... Meh. Those horse archers would be big in the beginning of the game here. Okay, we'll grab a couple of those guys. We also have a public order problem that is beginning to occur. -14 a turn is a little brutal. It's nothing we can't handle, especially because we got nothing better going on. It actually might even be worth our time to just have a rebellion happen and then we fight the rebellion for the XP, but I'm assuming we need our population, so to be killing off the population like that would probably not be a good idea. I'd assume we want to go down this tree. We got plenty of stuff in here, man. Like I said earlier, you end up making a lot of money down here, so that could be a good idea, is to be just bum rushing some of these chains, but it's just gonna, it looks, just by looking at the map, it looks like it's gonna be a little while before we're gonna be starting any big construction or even really be intaking a lot of money. So I think we'll start over here maybe with a champion, or we get a dignitary over here, don't we? One of these gives us the ability to recruit a dignitary, maybe? Can we already recruit dignitaries? Can. Very nice, okay. I guess that makes sense. Culture conversion is always a good one for these guys. And so is growth. Growth and public order. I mean, those are pretty big, man. We're not really... I think we're going to do growth, public order. Yeah, we'll do that. Because we're not going to be needing to convert culture anytime soon. Well, those are good ones to start leveling up early. We're going to desperately need that public order and the growth. So we'll start there. We could actually recruit a spy as well. But I don't know. I don't know that I really like the options here. These guys would be good to be thrown into... into an army. This guy would be specifically line of sight, campaign movement. That 5% campaign movement's really good. And that's one that I'll be able to level up if I get him. I think I can get up to like 15% campaign map movement, which would be huge. But I think we'll hold off on that for now. We're not in desperate need for that. We will need money. Usually in the beginning game, or the early game here, you need to save your money for mercenaries to make sure you win these early battles. Okay, so this is the question. Should we just upgrade our cav right off the bat? We are going to have a cav army really early. What are the other options? We could get this and just get that champion going right away. Let's do that. Then I can get that infantry tents, although I won't be needing that anytime soon, but even so, it could be useful. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. We just can't, even if we were to keep this thing, we couldn't. I mean, the -2 to food would be devastating. Once we start getting this army going, our uh, our money's gonna plummet. We get some really cool horse units really fast. These guys are really fun. Horse archer, cataphract units. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Let's hop into diplomacy here. Yeah, this is the thing is I don't really know what the move is for a lot of this diplomacy because we could be making friends with people we want to take out. So that's satrapy of the Seleucids. It's probably a safe bet that we're not going to expand that way and we expand this way. Although I assume that these guys would break off. They're so far from Seleucids. What are their thoughts? What the Diodoti is what I'm gonna call them because it's easier. Are the powerhouse down here? They're already at war with Heravatis and Heravia. I'd assume are next, right? They don't really have a whole lot else to expand into. I mean, it really would be these guys. So let's make friends with Parthia.
Welcome, friend. Welcome.
Oh, they're just barely willing to do a trade agreement. They aren't willing to do a trade agreement. Interesting. Okay. What if I give you 1,200? Do I even want to do that? Nah, we're wit on this. So no, we're not doing any diplomacy stuff. That's fine. We'll check out the characters here. Okay. Not good start. We have some terrible loyalty thing going on already. Can we see? We have to see this here. So we start at 39%. We are the majority by a decent amount. Nothing crazy though. What else has got going on here that would be worth knowing? Respected by tribes, yeah. Right, okay. +3 growth per turn from the food surplus. Okay, okay, never mind. We don't have to worry about too much for that. I guess we should look into the parties specifically. So, these guys that really hate us, it's just this thirst for power. That's what it looks like. I mean, it's -10, so if the party's influence is lower than the ruling party, so these guys are going to be a problem always. That's a tough one. Hates Easterners. That's also a tough one. I mean, we are in the East, so everyone over here is an Easterner. -5 loyalty for enemy armies present on the territory. That's not too bad. That's one you can take. -1 for each province that the player's culture is not dominant. Okay. That's also not bad. I mean, likes barbarians and likes Romans is fine. An expansionalist, so. Okay. Well, I mean, so we really just have this one house that is gonna be a problem. I mean, then truly a problem. It's something we don't have to worry about too much till a little later on, but it might be worth getting him married right away as well. Right? Some gravitas early on. I think that's the move. Let's do that. Maybe start pumping out some babies. What's the deal here? -4 chance of having children with this wife. Okay. Upkeep costs, though. -8%. That's pretty good. And I'm losing... She's losing 2 gravitas per turn. Because I hit unfaithful husband. Okay. Interesting. A mean wife. I mean... What more do I have to say? Okay. I guess that is what it is. This is our most promising prospect here, truly. He is 18 as well, so he's pretty young, which is good to know. Our current king is 42. Doesn't have a lot of ambition, which isn't too bad, but it would be nice. Can I change him to the heir? I could do that. -20 for the gravitas from the current heir, which is fine. Our heir is a child. And then all eligible heirs also. Let's do that now, I think. I can't see any reason we wouldn't do that. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's fine. Little gravitas for this man, and we're also going to send him out as a diplomat early on here. We'll go to Haravia. Should make it easy on ourselves. That should be an easy diplomatic mission for him. Let's see. Also, part of this public order problem is that we are stationed inside the town. But it's 2 difference. And we're saving money while he's inside, so we'll just keep him inside. Keep recruiting while he's inside. Okay. Let's check out the mercenaries real quick. I want to know what the mercenary situation is here. Oops, what am I doing? It's been a little while since I've been playing. Yeah, we briefly looked at these, so... We got some horse archers, they're decent. They're actually not too bad. Like 1,000 for some mercenaries isn't bad. It's not great by any means, but other than that, there's really not much to choose from. And these guys aren't replenished, but those are other options when they are here. Is some cataphracts and some archers. So, quick overview of the guys we do have. Actually, we might just save that till we get to a fight. But we got some cool units already. Nothing crazy, but some fun units to mess around with. So go ahead and end the turn here. I don't really have much else to do. Right, we should double check this. We scroll through our... Yeah, we have just these 2 guys. The guys are recruited in the army we already had, so nothing else to really look at. Yeah, so these first couple turns might be a little slow, which is kind of nice. It means that we can kind of get adjusted to what we're dealing with as far as like party-wise and the diplomacy going on over here, and we can kind of keep a... Oh yeah, see, here we go. I was just going to say we can keep a good eye on what's happening on the map. So our ally is attacked. So these guys right here, Daha is being attacked by Sakaruka, who are north of them. They're up on the peninsula over here, I believe. So we're going to enter on the side of the ally, obviously. We're going to help out our ally, help our buddy over there. So there's a way we could like truly benefit from this, and that would be if our ally was to get crushed, and then we just go in there, take the city back, call it ours, and then go, and then we just have a free settlement to go take at their home base, you know, where the Sakaruka, whoever. But we'll see. We'll play this out. Okay, cool. So diplomat came back, generous tribute, always good to see. So we got some money back. It didn't look like much, because I don't think we spent a whole lot last turn, but that's fine. We'll take whatever we can get. So, I guess we'll start moving our army that direction, I think. I don't think we're going to plan on doing the cheesy strategy here, and... Oh, they're up here. Okay. So, where does their land start? I'll have to cross... I feel like they're up here, though. Let's see. Is this shown on the strategy map here? It doesn't say who's over there, but they are definitely over here. There's no way for me to get up there without trespassing over these guys. There's no way they're going to give me military access. Can we, like, you can't double click, can you? It's a Warhammer 2 thing. You double click on the map and it sends you to the diplomacy screen.
Speak, my
That's a good
friend.
one. That's a great
Unburden yourself of
addition to the
diplomacy,
game, honestly.
and let us find agreement here.
So they
In
would
the
be willing to
fashion of
talk about a
civility,
trade
understand?
agreement. What about this military access? Yeah, so that, I mean, I figured as much. That's not going to happen. I am interested in how this war is going to happen. This might be one of those Cold War kind of situations where no one really ever attacks the other one because they can't truly get to each other. So I think in the meantime, we're just going to hang out and we'll keep recruiting and chilling. And then if we see their army marching down, then we'll get involved. But until then, we're kind of hanging out.
Welcome, friend.
Oh,
Welcome.
trade agreements, no.
I, in my
No
lord's
good.
name,
Why?
will give you a
Why did
fair
this
answer
change?
before the sun sets.
We were moderate last turn. We are now at war with a faction that they don't like. They're unfriendly too, so they don't really care too much. So I'm a little confused to why he won't trade with us now. Wow, okay. He won't even take 3k. That's not enough for him, apparently. We gained some relationship with Parthia. And that is because they're on good terms with Arabia. I hadn't even seen that. It could be troublesome for us to be making friends with Arabia if we're planning on attacking Parthia at some point. We could also make friends with these guys up to our north. They're not part of our... Well, actually, what we should see is... Like I said, these two guys are in the same region, so if we fight Sakaruka, we could move to these guys next. Crush them over here. But I just realized there is, like, almost none of these factions have the same culture as us. Like, these guys are... They're, nomadic. I just saw it popped up for a second. That's nomadic, I'm pretty sure. There's, like, gray hut. So there, I mean, that's a culture conversion situation there, which could be troublesome. I think that changes things a little bit. I don't think we're going to change our move, though. I think we're still going to hang out. Because really the best way this goes is Sakaruka brings our army down, fights at Daha, and loses to Daha, or I help him, either way. I don't take a lot of casualties, and then I can send my army up and go attack his settlement while he's building up his new army. But so yeah, we'll abstain from getting involved just yet. But I'm interested to see how this pans out here, because we might have to make a pretty drastic move pretty quick here in order to capitalize and make a big move fast, you know? Really get kicking off the start of the campaign. Kind of dependent on what they do up here. And truly how these relationships go as we kind of end turns here. Like, I wonder, are we getting better over here with them? I mean, it seems like we are, so I don't understand why they wouldn't want a trade agreement. It's really confusing to me, but okay. Are we getting horse? We're not actually getting horse resource from this building, which is interesting. Okay, so that's going to be enough horse archers. We're going to go ahead and delete this building. We should get that last recruitment wave. And if we don't, that's fine. We still have a ton of horse archers in this army, or a good amount of horse archers in this army, so I'll be fine either way. We did not start this guy administration last turn. That sucks, but oh well. So if we don't want to undo him now because he might not be able to start administering again, but he should be making us money. Not that it's a lot. But more importantly, the growth is climbing over here, so... Yeah, so characters present, we have one... There's a province effect going on, apparently. That is... Oh, it's probably because of our public order. We're not getting enough public order for the growth to be as good as we like, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Moving the army out only saves me a couple of points. It's not worth the money we're saving currently. Okay, let's pop back in here and see. We could get some people married. This is going down. Or, sorry, yeah, this is getting worse. Political actions, huh? That's what changed? I'm not really sure why that matters, to be honest. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot to be doing here. Do we have anything? -5 over here to having children. We might have to get them divorced. I mean, that's just bad news. -15 for the spouse. And we're gonna start losing some gravitas fast there. Let's do it. And then what's the deal here? We have a waiting. Gravitas is too low. We lost all of our gravitas. That's brutal. Okay. That's fine though. We can figure out something later for that. We can send a diplomat out. And it would probably be in our best interest to be on the good side with Bactria, because I don't really want to expand that direction. I'd like to start getting over to like Mesopotamia and where the money is at, but so we'll send a diplomat over there, try to get some good terms, because once he gets what he wants out of Hervatis, and then whoever he targets next, I mean, he's gonna come rolling to us. So I mean, he could even just skip right to us. So there's just no way we win that. I mean, we could win that. We could win that war. We actually probably would win that war. It would be huge time suck, and the early game counts for a lot. If you can get rolling early in the early game, it helps the campaign exponentially, because that means other factions aren't growing. So your battles with later factions, some of the stronger factions, won't be as hard. But you don't want to rush it. It's a balance. Diplomat has betrayed me. Penalty all trade income, which I'm pretty sure isn't much. There shouldn't be a whole lot of our revenue anyways. Yeah, I mean, whatever it was, it's down to 0 now, so I can't imagine we are getting much from trade anyways. What does that actually say? It's just penalty. Just a penalty. So I wonder if we're just not making any at all. We should be trading with these guys though, right? We can't trade with them. We can't trade at all. So interesting. Okay.
My friend.
They still don't want to trade. I'm assuming Parthia would be willing. No, not even they would be willing. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're just waiting. There's not much we can do. So, I mean, we got betrayed by the diplomat, but it doesn't mean anything other than bad relationship with Duotoy, which kind of sucks. But it wasn't too bad. -6. Yeah, it's whatever. So it looks like we didn't get that last round of recruitment. But like I said, that's fine. It's not the end of the world there. Start getting some infantry going. Okay, so what do we want to put here? This is not a bad idea, going down the warhorse tree. We'll start making some money. We could also potentially go... That would be a cool one to do, but it's just not realistic for the early game. This gives us experience for cav recruits, but no money. We need the money. It also gives us pretty good population growth stuff. This one over here, on the other hand, is giving us war horses. We're also getting wealth from livestock and some population stuff. But unfortunately, you're getting foreigner population bonus versus warhouse corrals, which would be giving us third class citizens. I'd much rather citizen population rather than foreigner, but that's an option. I think realistically what we're going to end up doing is a shrine here and start going down one of these religious buildings, because we're going to have a public order problem, and it looks like we're going to be sitting around for a little while. So we could get some growth. No growth in here. I mean, these are giving us a little growth to first and second class, but not much. The sanitation is nice. I'm surprised that we only have these three options and none of them have just a direct growth bonus. That is kind of surprising to me. Another option is this nomadic immigrants settlement. If we were going a different direction, which we might end up doing, this would be a good one. This would give us diplomatic bonus with nomadic factions. This usually isn't a great one early on. It's usually one where you kind of just don't want to deal with the regions. You just throw that in there. It gives you some good bonuses. You don't even try to culture convert, and you're really just using that place to make a little bit of money and just keep the order. So that's probably not what we want to do. These nomad camps into grain pits. Grain pits are always a good one. There's no bad. There's no bad in this tree here. The grain pits slot here. While these other ones have like banditry go up, and like the worst one over here, actually you lose food. Or we have Connaught in here, which means we'd be grabbing growth and sanitation. Unit replenishment, that's pretty good too. Oh, that's tempting. We're not getting any food though, is a problem. I guess the question is, do we need food that bad? We don't need food. What's going on with our culture? We're on the rise. Can we see more specifically what's going on there? 24 influence from characters, buildings, and local traditions. Everything else is kind of going down. We're drastically going up. Well, drastically being 0.7%, so that's not crazy, but it is pretty good. So we're not needing culture conversion. Oh, these guys are in stock now. These hired cataphracts. That's cool. I think we'll do nomad camps for now. We might just sit at nomad camps before we decide whether we want to do Connaught or grain pits. Whether we want the food or if we want the public order and growth. I think we get growth from this too. We kind of do. We get a bonus to certain classes, so. Okay, anyways, that should be it for that turn, I believe. Right? Yeah. Really not a whole lot else we can do. Can't marry him off yet. Is the 7. We need, how much gravitas? We need 20 gravitas before we can marry him off. He is not on a diplomatic mission. I could send her on one. These diplomatic missions do get more expensive the more you use them, so maybe we'll chill on that for a little bit. Another option for us is to change the tax level here. We are making quite a bit of money. which obviously is a good thing, but we can take advantage of that and turn the taxes down and just take the growth. And the public order change there would be nice to -10 instead of like 17 or whatever it was. Let's do that actually. On the turn there. I think I'm gonna grab a spy next turn, and I'll send a spy up to see what Sakaruka's doing. I'd be interested to know if they're actually planning on coming down. Although realistically, they don't have an army to come down with just yet. They're gonna have a couple more turns of recruiting before they can come down. So we'll see. I think I will do that. I'll do the spy. Okay, nothing huge happening on the map. Let's see. Technological advancement. And then recruit a spy. Okay, perfect. So yeah, we were planning on doing that. What does this actually give us? Action chance of success chance goes up by 5% with spies. Okay, whatever. So we will do that. Oh, that's right. We can get a champion now too because that technology just finished. Okay, so I guess the question is, this is pretty good. That -1% map movement for enemy armies is not much. It is a good one, but it's not much. And then chance of agent subversion is not anything I'm looking out for. Realistically, this is the guy I'd want. He'd go into my army at some point. Let's do that. We can start leveling him up. Okay, we'll send him up. Alright, so for recruitment, I think we're just going to keep getting infantry here. Okay, so now with that technology finished, this gives us a little bit of population growth for second class, which I'm pretty sure is... I'd assume that's what those guys are. Does it say in here? First class, second class, third class, foreigners. No. Okay, so... Okay, so second and third class are piled into the same one here. I'd assume that the Daquan is second class and that Pagan is third. Because there's a lot more third class, which would add up. That makes sense. So Daquan Pagan. Let's see what this says for recruitment stuff. These are pagan guys, so they're third class. These guys are third class as well. These guys are first class. Here's second class here. Are these Jav Cap guys? Okay. Yeah. I mean, just looking at that, how beneficial that would be to me. That would be pretty decent, I guess. We're not recruiting a whole lot of second class, we're recruiting the third class. So let's go this way then. Sanitation. And then these early ones, trade agreement. Growth per turn and growth per turn. Okay, yeah, so we want to get down to that tree. So we'll do that. Quartermaster, right, you're in history. These are always really cool in DEI if you haven't paid attention to these. If you're on top of your Roman history, you can get some cool stuff. Just saying what happened in real history at this time that we're playing. So here's a big one. Pyrrhus captures Eryx, the strongest Carthaginian fortress in Sicily. This promotes the rest of the Carthaginian controlled cities in Sicily to defect to Pyrrhus. So yeah, those are cool. Gauls can gain control of a large area in Asia Minor. Ooh, that would be the Galatians. It's cool stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn. Right, let's see how we're getting gravitas. We're losing gravitas. We lost gravitas over the turn. Okay, so we could do something in here to try to give him some gravitas. This tanks are loyal to other parties, but we're early game. We're not too worried about rebellions just yet, so let's do it. Let's send him to... We could send him to Daha. If you get really high in these relations, there's a chance that they just give you their settlement. It'd be pretty crazy, but we'll give it a shot. Really we're just doing that for the gravitas that it gives us. Yeah. Oh, I should have checked out their armory, so see what they're recruiting over there. I know that they get, actually, I don't know about those guys, but I know Sakaruka and probably Kath over here, they get the cool, like, Bardiche axemen guys, like, two-handed axes that are like a berserker unit, kind of. Similar to, like, a berserker unit. Just, like, really high damage, low armor unit, which are fun to use. Diplomap betrayed me again. Okay, we're getting bad luck with those. Cool. Governor leveled up already. That's nice. I think we want to... We're gonna end up turning this guy into a region booster, so he'll just sit here and give us some bonuses in this region. So I think realistically the tree we want to go down in initially would be this food growth or public order. -4 public order. We're doing pretty good, actually. We're getting close to turning it around. Wonder if we step him outside, we're gaining. No. It's only one difference. It's kind of impressive. I wonder if it's because we have some bonuses here for public order. I'm assuming he does. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I don't see it. But God, this guy's not great, actually. He's okay. Yeah, I mean, overall, he kind of pans out, but he has like a minus growth. -2 to Empire maintenance is pretty nice, but I mean, this early in the game, it doesn't really matter. Tax rate is going up because of him, so he's fine. Let's go ahead and throw him back in here. What is the money difference? 638 right now. We put him in, we get 781. So we're saving a little bit of money there. We'll keep doing that. I'm tempted to start doing slingers. What is he doing? I can't see. Should I send my spy this direction? What is the relationship between these two? Okay, they're not on great terms. So they're friendly with... Why are they friendly with Bactria? These guys are just bad with everyone. Okay. Man, maybe we should just get up there and start fighting them. We'll start getting some reputation with everyone if we start doing that. Let's go see what's going on. His most realistic path to get to our ally is this direction. He technically declared war on our ally. Either way, he has to cross through these guys and piss them off. So actually what we could be doing is watching this. We could watch their relationship, and if it starts tanking, it'll tell us in here that there's some trespassing going on. If he's trespassing, then we know he's moving. Because he has to trespass to move to us. So that could be a good way for us to figure out what's going on. But while we're moving him up, we'll go ahead and deploy him here. While deployed, he is not doing much. Right? Where's the deploy one? Doesn't really tell us what's happening while he's deployed. I thought that's what that did. Hindering armies, support the movement of your armies. Okay, I mean, whatever. That's fine for now. In the governor tree, we're going to do the food, I believe. Food and growth. So we'll start shooting down that tree. I'm pretty sure... why can't I open this up in the bigger menu? I don't know why. Usually when you right-click on that, it opens up in the little trees. You can see everything. But anyways... usually you have to hit a certain level with those guys before you can get to the third, the final part of the tree. So we might not be able to get to what we want right away, but we'll be making our way down the tree regardless. Alright, so I do want to do one of these for him because it would be nice to get a wife going right away. We can do... I think it's games we want. A troublesome province, help with administration. Okay, so that gives us some public order.
How may I serve Parthia?
We're not in desperate need of it, though. We really don't need it. We would just be spending money doing that. So we'll wait on that.
Ready for orders.
We could also start queuing these guys up to start moving. Let's take this off real quick and see. Okay, so this is the quickest route. Would just be crossed. It's not going on the road over here, actually. It probably doesn't make... It doesn't look like it makes a huge difference, but... We can get a little bit more of a head start if we go this direction, so we could actually start moving him over here now. Because what we're gonna end up doing is the last couple of slots in this army, we're gonna do mercenaries. We'll fill it out with some of these mercenaries, so... to really give us a big edge to make sure that we win this fight. These guys are pretty expensive, man. Like upkeep-wise, they're gonna hurt, but it'll be worth it in the end. I wonder... This is a different province, so the mercenaries will change. It might be worth figuring out how big that change is gonna be. I guess we'll get there when we get there, so we'll recruit here on the edge.
How may I serve Parthia?
That'll put us at... Okay, that puts us at 14.
Needs good fighters.
So we'd have 6 slots. We probably want to do one more round of recruitment, and next turn we'll do slingers here. So actually, let's go back. Just kidding, we can't make it back, so we're just kind of stuck doing this.
Make yourselves at home.
We will grab those 2 for now, and the next turn we'll grab slingers, and the turn after that we'll start moving. And hopefully by then we kind of know what's going on up there with our spy. Alright, cool. Okay, so while we're on the end turn here, I'm hitting about the hour mark. So I'm going to end the video off once we get into this turn. So I want to thank you guys tuning in, watching this first video. If you really watched it right through, I appreciate that, man. That's really cool. I know that a lot of people click on these and click off pretty fast, but I'll be doing a series here. I don't know how far I'm going to get, but, you know, if people are watching, people are commenting, I'm going to keep it running, man. I have the itch to play this game, so I'm going to be playing it regardless. It's just whether or not I actually record and spend the time to do some editing and throw it up on YouTube. So let me know. What do you guys think? Any criticisms of my recording setup, please let me know. That's something I would like to get better, so that if I ever start doing more consistent YouTube videos, that I kind of have a better grasp on what needs to be fixed or what can be upgraded. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next episode.